Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I had to stop and give me something to eat. Y'all don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video. I hope everybody is having a good morning. I'm gonna have to jump out this car just 1 second. I meant to do a video on Sunday, but I got busy and didn't do it. But just give me 1 second, y'all. And I still didn't get my new phone yet, but I'm about to get it. I'm about to jump out this car real quick and throw this in the garbage. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. So today I think I want to talk about some of the things that, well, I'm just gonna say one of, because my daughter said I can't have my videos too long. She said I talk too long. But I want to talk about an incident that happened that made me go talk to Miss Lynn. If you've seen my other videos, make sure you go back and watch the other videos so you can subscribe, like, and share those videos as well. How can I start this? Well, I'm a hairdresser. For everybody that doesn't know, my name is Shawn Williams from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was doing a client, and we were in there, you know, having girl talk and talking about our children. And so we were talking about how, you know, some of our children, you know, seem like they have spirits on them, why they act the way they do, you know. And so one of my clients, she said, well, I have this book called Pigs in the Parlor, and it talks about spirits and how, you know, schizophrenia, all kind of mental illness, all different types of spirits it talks about through the book. It's a list of them. And she said, you want me to go get it? And I was just like, yeah, sure, go get it. But my thing was, I didn't want to be behind doing her hair. But anyway, she drove home and got it and came back. And so we were in the shop just talking about it. So long story short, let me get to the point. So she gave me the book, and it's a spiritual based book, because I really don't want to read, you know, too many books that doesn't have scriptures in it, or that's spiritually based, or that you know, talking about anything like that they're not Christians, or it don't have to be Christians, but I just kind of want to have it spiritually based. So so that was on a Saturday when she gave me the book. So Mondays is my day off from doing hair. So that Monday I had the book, and so I'm in the bed, and I said, let me just open up this book real quick and read you know, some parts in the book. So I didn't actually go through the table of contents or anything. I just kind of scrolled through the book, and I just, you know, turned some pages. So I stopped at this particular page, and I read 2 pages out of this book. And the pages that I read was talking about delivering spirits out of a person. And it said, you know, what happens when you deliver a spirit. So it basically said, you know, put one hand on their stomach, put the other hand on their back, and call these spirits out, and then the person will start to cough. And then as they're coughing, they're going to spit up this clear phlegm that's going to come out of their mouth. And the clear phlegm is the spirits that's inside the person. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds like The Exorcist. So I kind of, you know, chuckled to myself. And then, you know, I talk to God all the time. So I said, God, if this is a ministry that you want me to be in, let me know. Okay, so guess what? My phone rang. It wasn't even a minute or 2 later, my phone rang. And so it was my uncle's girlfriend. And so she was actually looking for my sister, because my sister is a psychiatrist. And she does counseling for people or whatever. And so anyway, she was looking for her phone number, because her number had changed. And she asked me, did I have it? And I said, yeah, let me look for it. And I'm like, what's going on? So she started telling me that my uncle was over there, and she's trying to get him to go see somebody. He was kind of down or depressed or whatever, and she wanted him to go talk to somebody. And so I'm just like, oh wow, and what's going on? And she's telling me a little bit, and then she was like, well, can you come over here real quick? And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, okay. So me knowing how God worked with me, I'm like, oh, here we go. I just asked him a question. I just asked him, is this a ministry you want me to be in? Let me know. So I kind of was preparing myself, not knowing what I was going to walk into. So I get up out the bed and, brush my teeth and, everything. And so I get over there. I'm driving over to the house. Never been over there before. And mind you, she's never called me before ever in her life. I didn't even know she had my phone number. But, so I'm on my way over there, and at the time they lived over by Capitol Court. Well, Capitol Court, over by Midtown. And so I drive over there. As I'm driving over there, I'm like, okay, God didn't give me the spirit of fear. Let whatever happens be of you and none of me. And so give me the strength. Okay, so I get to the door, open the door. She comes to the door. I go in, and my uncle's sitting in the living room. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And so he just kind of looking at me, okay. So I get over there, and the Holy Spirit came over me, you guys. And when I say the Holy Spirit came over me, this was like a impulse that I had. It was like a surge. I don't know what you want to call it. It was like a yearning, a pushing to have me do what it just came into my mind. So like I said, a lot of times things will come into our head and we think that it's our own thoughts. Sometimes it is, but sometimes the Holy Spirit gives us thoughts, and so came into my mind that I needed to do what I just read, those 2 pages that I read in the book. So I'm like, okay. So I go up to my uncle and put one hand on his stomach, and I put the other hand, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm driving. I put the other hand on his back, and then I was calling the spirits out, and you come out of my uncle, and this and that. And next thing you know, y'all, my uncle started coughing. I was like, oh my goodness. So I told Kathy, I said, hand me that Tupperware, because we in the living room, if the kitchen is right next to the living room, connected to the living room. So I said, hand me that Tupperware bowl over there. So she handed me the bowl. He coughing. Next thing you know, you guys, he started to spit up clear phlegm into this bowl. Kathy's sitting there looking like, and Kathy, she's a Caucasian lady. So and not even just to say that she's Caucasian, because I'm tripping off of the fact that God used me as a vessel. As scary, I ain't gonna say as scary as I am, but you using me to do this. And so I'm overwhelmed myself, and not at that moment, because I'm in the spirit. And when you're in the spirit, when you're talking or speaking or anything, you don't even remember sometimes what you're saying, because it's not of your words or of your, whatever. But so I'm doing this, and he starts to cough, and I got the Tupperware bowl, and he spits this clear phlegm up in the bowl, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I'm looking at him, and I'm tired, because I'm actually saying these words, and I'm just saying come out of my uncle, whatever is inside of my uncle, whatever is here. And I'm calling out like little different spirits. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just saying some things, and I just did what the book said, and after I finished, you guys, after God had me finished, because it wasn't me, trust me, because as scary as I am, I don't mess around like that. And first of all, I'm a skeptic of that kind of thing. I know it's a such thing as spirits, but to actually God have me to do it, to use me as a vessel to do it, is a totally different level than seeing something on TV, or you seeing people in church on TV and they touching people and they falling out and all that. I mean, like I've always been like, yeah, okay, yeah, right. Even when people speak in tongues, and my previous video, I was talking about that. I was overwhelmed with that, so I do another video to kind of talk about what I learned about it and what it actually means. But back to my topic. So my uncle, he said, you know what, niece, I haven't felt this good and this clear in over 20 years. Amazing. Amazing. Now think about this, y'all. First of all, I opened up this book and I just read a couple pages out of the book. No specific thing. I just read these 2 pages. Now, God always knows ahead of time what we're thinking, our end, our beginning, and everything. So I'm thinking I'm opening these pages on my own. But actually, the Holy Spirit had me open up these pages because he knew that he was going to have me go over there to use me to do this for my uncle. I was blown away. So things like this was starting to happen in my life to where I'm like, I need to talk to somebody because I asked God a question. Is this a ministry you want me to be in? And I mean, he sent me over there to do it. I mean, just amazing. So you guys, I didn't get where I'm going, and this video is starting to get long, but I want y'all to comment and let me know how, what y'all think, about the video, and, if it's anything y'all want me to talk about later on, you can put something in there, so that I can, topics or anything that you guys want to talk about. But I have so many stories and things to just encourage you guys, as far as your faith. And that's what I'm here to do, is to talk about, things that I've learned or, that I've, witnessed and went through with my journey is some things that is not, you don't hear every day, and so I appreciate you guys for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and continue to be blessed, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, and have a good one.